In a previous video, I mentioned that there's a certain texture that Vivaldi likes where you set a very lyrical melody up against a very rapid set of figures. Now, I have one of my favorite examples here on the first movement, where the soloist is joined by a member of the orchestra who acts as another soloist, and our primary soloist breaks into these uneven arpeggiated figures set up against the other soloist who plays this long sighing melody, a very operatic moment, but with the unevenness of the arpeggios, one rich with anxiety, but also a deep, elegant beauty. All of these solos up to this point, by the way, and also the ritornelli, have been rapid, brutal, and violent. But here, these grace notes introduce sighs, and yet that unevenness with the arpeggios and the pulsating bassetto, it's paradox. Also, to go with that, the melody in the newly introduced soloist, it moves in bursts. You have these long half notes and long whole notes, but in between are these short fireworks of movement that just push the music along just enough to have that sense of anxiety and also be so tragic. It's every time I'm alone at night walking outside, maybe I just got off the bus and I'm looking up at the sky and it's dark and there are just a few stars visible. This is what plays in my head every time. It's so brilliant, and you get these very interesting articulations, like these dotted staccato figures that sort of just fall down somewhat gently, somewhat violently. It is a paradox again. They're words just struggling to come out in a sentence. And then you get these long trills, like for example in the B, and the trill has an auxiliary C sharp, which gives it this major color, which paradoxically is both brighter and anxious. The melody continues and you get these augmented seconds, which again, more instability. Vivaldi really loves augmented seconds, and I think it's just because they're just so inherently expressive. Vivaldi in general, from his middle style and even more in his late style, really likes this particular figure where you have a grace note before 2/16 notes and an 8th note slurred together. It's very elegant, but can also be it's very elegant, but it can also be quite violent, and here he does both. He also reuses that slurred staccato fall into a trill, but this time the auxiliary note is a G against the main note, which is an F sharp. So it's a semitone, and it's more stable, and it prepares us then to return to the ritornello. It's a perfect end to such a beautiful moment, and it's just brilliant. There's also a chord built on 3rd degree, which is quite rare and gives the piece this lightness. Here, listen to it. You have to hear it.